Hello guys and welcome to another league race. I forgot to change the name of the stream. That's a great start. Apologies. Let me get that changed. Hopefully that'll change. Yeah, we are here in a wet Netherlands circuit. Let me quickly get the link out to everyone. We have 2 viewers. Hello. How are you all doing? Let me just quickly. That's not the right thing. I said I'm still running the wrong channel because I'll be screwed. Right, share. Copy link. Right. So yeah, we are here for a round 3 for the Netherlands Grand Prix. I hope the audio is okay. I'm not 100% sure how it is, simply because I'm just relying on what normal settings. I normally do a test and things, but they've been a bit of a rush because I was busy. But it is all cool because yeah. At the moment we only have Dark Shadow, who's out on track at the moment. I personally never commentated on this track, and I don't know any of the corners, so don't blame me. Jesus Christ, if Dark Shadow get on the grass. And I don't really race around this track. I find this track very boring, but very difficult. It's one of my worst tracks in this game. But yeah, we've got a few drivers. We've got Shazoo, Aero, Shazoo, Juice, is it? Still bad at names. Just Chris, VR Alpha, Reflections coming out, Flex Marcel coming out, Tony F1, F1's coming from Tony F1, and Bruno all out on track. Well, hopefully should be a good qualifying session. We'll have Dark Shadow start the qualifying session for us. I'm also gonna put this on. Is it Alpha? Is it him? Yeah, is it? Because he's starting this lap, so we'll get that on there. We have the Buvista, who's just joined the game quite late. We've got Sector 3. What's happened there? That's just Mercedes slowing down to get a gap. Oh no, we've got a Red Bull off that. That's Aqua, who has glitched barriered. Oh, he needs to get going. I believe he is new to VER, so congratulations on him. I'd say that as he nearly kills Tony. Is that? No, it's not Tony, it's Bruno. Lucky to have avoided him. Meanwhile, let's go back to Dark Shadow. So it's been an interesting season so far, and I'm hoping it's going to continue that way because it's been fun to watch and commentate over. And yeah, I hope it's going to hopefully be the same. I think that's Devon behind Dark Shadow. It is who is, I believe, is it Aero? It is not Aero, it is Brun, who's also on outlap. That means it's Hammerix also on outlap. Juice, who is the next car. Meanwhile, Dark Shadow comes across the line. So that's benchmark on 125.3. Juice then. The Shazoo driver coming in the final corner. Ooh, just Chris retires from the session. He's gone off. Let's get one of the Mercedes quickly. He's just lost it and gone in the wall. Aqua says, thanks mate, no problem. So Juice sets the early pace for 118.5. Aero sets a 118.8 as Tony goes and sets a 118.3. So he sets the benchmark. However, we also have Bruno coming across the line at 119.3. Flex Marcel 119.7. We got a Ferrari of Dark Shadow who has gone into the gravel. Not too sure what's happened to him. So a few drivers are struggling for grip early on. I'm not sure if it's going to dry up during the session. Here we've got, I think, Brun, that's not Brun, it's a Ferrari. Reflection, 121.5 seconds slowish. Two Ferraris are struggling out there for a bit here. We've got Devon, who's going to come across the line and see what he can set in his lap. He's going to set a 1:18.4 second fastest. That's Ferrari going off again, or Dark Shadow again. I'm not too sure what he's doing. I'm just waiting for someone to go through, and so we can rejoin back on track or teleport on track, you know, because that's in the rules. The Bryn spin then, I'm not too sure. I saw a yellow flag and he did stop. Oh, the Ferrari has nearly... Is that car okay? No, he's gone round. I would presume... Oh god. Thank god ghosting's in this game. Thank god ghosting is in this game, because that could have been a horrendous incident. Dark Shadow safely got in the pit lane at least. I say safely. Wouldn't say it's safe. That might be a penalty given for him, because he was sitting on the racing line going very slowly indeed. Now EPR Round to go and get his way around the whole track, because the game didn't like him reversing into the pit lane. So I'm sure he's not going to be too impressed with that. We've got it's Devon, who's probably going to come into the pit. Oh no, he isn't. He goes and sets fastest, 1:17.8. So that's our first lap in the 1:17s. We have that guy who has just binned into the wall. He's obviously just given up. He can't be asked to drive the car around like that anymore. I don't blame him. We've got Aero, so that's 1:18.3. Still does not put him up at the top though. So yeah, we've got Delta going slowly. I believe it's just letting him the Vesta through. Let's see what he can set in the Alpha. Tori, oh, he's got it wrong. He's gonna carry on anyway. I'm having a bit of a lag here. 1:20.9. I'm hoping that isn't my Wi-Fi. That means that's the whole lobby is gonna be lagging. Delta starts his lap, gets caught on the inside curb. You should never touch that inside curb. That will always spin you around. That's what I've learned. We've got Ferrari, who I believe is coming into the pits. No, he isn't. I think he's down on his lap though. No, he isn't. He gains on it by 9 milliseconds. Okay. Oh, that's Delta. Out of the session. Yep. Wheel took forever to come off. So that is Delta who has decided to throw it into the wall. So that's another driver we've lost. So we've lost 3 drivers already in this qualifying session. So I'm not too sure what's going on. As Brun is out on track. I'm sure the Alfa Romeo driver wants to keep his form going from last season, obviously winning the Constructors' Championship. We've got Bruno coming into the pits. Did he crash into the pit wall? No. I saw a yellow flag and I thought, oh my god, no way. Juice is on a lap, apparently. Whether or not that is right, I'm not too sure. But the fact he's using his ERS, that would tell me he is. Brent starts his lap. We've got a Ferrari or Reflection who's probably coming into the pit lane yet. Oh no, he isn't. He does improve on his lap time to 1:20.1. Doesn't put him up the field. The field is quite separated with the lap times. You can see it's like 2/10. Oh, Tony and Aero are very close to each other, and so Bruno, and then it's a huge drop to the rest of the pack. We can see Juice. Yeah, he's coming to the bits. So we watched him for quite literally nothing. Let's watch on board with Bryn. Yeah, like I said, last season's winner of the championship, which was a bit controversial, but I believe everyone's fine with it now. Let me get, is the standings updated? Are these the right standings? There they are. Okay, let me quickly get standings up for you because we can do that. At the moment, Bryn is in 4th. His teammate No Future to See is not driving, but he has Aero as a, I guess you could say, replacement for now. Well, he's a reserve, isn't he? Let's see where Bryn sets himself. A 119.1 puts him 6th place. As you can see, the track has dried up, and Bruno is put the mediums on first, so he has made the bold decision to get himself on those dryers. I'm not sure he's coming on them now, but yeah, so obviously the track is drying up. We have 7 minutes to go, so I'm sure we will probably see drivers on track. Right, hopefully. No, that's gonna send me to a link. Give me a second while I figure how Discord works, because it's stupid and doesn't like me. Did I save on there? Where's that even saved to? 4. I don't know, sorry. I keep talking to myself. I apologise. It's just, this confuses me, and sometimes it like really annoys me. Right. We have 2 viewers still. No one is coming out on track on dries just yet. So more of these guys are still just testing the limits on the Zinters. And yeah, let's get these standings up then. Where are they? So, Devon is leading the constructors on 40 points. At the moment, he is leading the qualifying session, as Juiced has left the game, and so is Devon. So I'm not too sure what's happened to them two. Maybe they've been kicked, or maybe we're having some connection issues. I'm not too sure. Anyway, ignoring that, let's put this here. So Devon 3 points ahead of Lauronix, who I can't see is driving at the moment. Tony is only 1 point behind Linux and Onyx, and only 4 points behind Devon. So at the moment, Tony is 3rd. If he can get ahead of Devon, he can get himself in the lead of the championship. Then there's a bit of a gap of, ooh, that's Aero making a mistake there. A bit of a gap to Tony and Bruno of about 16 points. I think that's pretty wrong. Either way. And then there's another close bit of the midfield with Bruno, No Future, Bryn, and Scott Burger Reflection into the barrier. And that's kind of a battle for 3rd place. All of these guys are quick drivers, so any of them can go and get 3rd or 4th or whatever. Then we've got TM Racing down in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have to count this. 10th place on 4 points. He isn't racing tonight either, so yeah. We have anyone on dries? Not yet. Meanwhile, let's look at the constructors then. At the moment, AlphaTauri is leading quite comfortably by 20 odd points. And then Alfa Romeo is trying to catch up to Mercedes at the moment. Could happen, but both teams have quick drivers at the moment. AlphaTauri are missing a driver, but that doesn't mean they will lose their place, because they're still quite a bit ahead. We've got a battle for a 4th of Williams. Who was that retired? That was Alpha. Williams, Ferrari, Haas, Renault, McLaren, Red Bull, and Racing Point fighting for 3rd and 4th. So yeah, that is your championship and constructors. That is not deleting itself for some reason. Can you please delete yourself? Thank you very much. It looks dry. I think it should be time to go on. Look at invite Devon. I think it's time for dries, but I'm not too sure. Devon 3, no, 4-3. It looks like the looks like the game is starting to really glitch for people, because that's another few disconnections. Well, the game's crashing, so it might crash on me. So I don't have my own invite, so I don't think I can invite myself. We'll try, but I don't think it works. Let's see. If it works, that'd be really cool. I don't think it will. But it does work. Can I set them? Oh. Right, yeah, it's surely dries. These guys need to start going on dries. I was saying that I think they're going to wait until the last minute. Okay, it's track evolution. We're going to witness here, ladies and gentlemen, of the track going from wet to dry, as Mercedes were not ready for. Tony, as Doc Shadow has retired. I think he's just gone off. So that's another driver we have lost in this session. So Hamrick, out on the inters, he will want to get himself into pit lane and out very quickly indeed. We have Bruno, who has decided to come out on the intermediates. I wouldn't say it is time for inters. I think he should have gone into dries if he was going to come out now. But he's decided to come out. I think, even though the game might be saying it's inters, it's dries. As we can see here, we have Bryn, and I think that was who was that behind him? It was an Avatori of Bravesta. I think we will have a queue of cars coming out now. I think that's Devon, is that? That's Williams of Juice coming out. These guys want to get out now and hope they can get around in time. That's a Ferrari, I think, and Marcel. Yeah, he's coming out on track. The problem is they have came out quite late and they might not make it to the thing as Aero is now coming out. They've only got a minute to get themselves around the track. Bruno will hope that his tyres might turn into slicks like it did in Turkey, but I tell you what, doing that oversteering and drifting to the wall is not going to get him far. That is his qualifying session over. He might not even start in P5 because these guys are out on track. So Hamrick retires, so he will be starting 11th. There's no possible way he can't unless grid penalties apply. So Bryn, first driver who's going to be out, can he get himself pole position? He's weaving desperately to get some heat into the tyres. I think Devon, as Reflection retires, Devon should, not Devon, Bavesta should be able to get himself around. He will. Juiced will just, I'd say, but I don't think Flex Marcel will. So he has left it too late, I think. I mean, we'll watch him, but like, he's all the way over here. There's no way he's making that. That is his qualifying session over and done with, unless the game is letting him. No way is the game letting him go and it's letting him start a lap. That's where they fixed that bug. Yeah, Devon's race is over. Qualifying. Let's watch on board with Bryn. Oh, Aero is allowed to start a lap as well. This game. Oh, okay, I think we've got a glitch because somehow I don't think that time is correct. Juice to set the fastest lap so far. We need like TAS in this league. Oh, it'd be bloody helpful. Right, let's see where Bryn can set himself. Oh, that's the wrong button. First driver to come around on the dries. What is he going to be able to set himself? He comes across the line, a 114.2 provisional pole for the time being. Vesta comes across the line, 113.9. First driver to come in 113s. Juice 112.3. You can tell the track is evolutioning so much quicker. Juice is on provisional pole, but can Flex Marcel be able to get himself maybe up there? Will he be able to get pole? His sector times are off, and that is his qualifying session over. What about Aero? He has invalidated. That is his race qualifying over. What about Tony? Will he be able to take pole position from Juice in the Mercedes to help Mercedes get well in the constructors? He's backing off as well, so he is not wanting to use his tyres. Okay, that's smart. He's played that smart actually, which is quite a few drivers might have done. These guys might have gone out and then realised, wait, hang on a moment, we get new tyres. So all these guys, so Juiced, Bethesda and Britain will all start on softs. The rest of them can have a pick of tyres, new fresh softs, mediums, hards, whatever the hell they want to go for. So if anything, Tony, Devon, Aero, Marcel, they have outplayed the front three. And I'm sure Bethesda and Britain probably won't be too happy with the fact they've messed up a bit. Juiced starting on pole though, as long as he can defend off the them two behind, he might have this in the bag, but we will see. A whole second and 6/10 ahead of Bethesda, and nearly 2 seconds ahead of Bryn. It shows how quickly the track just dried out completely. Insane. And yeah. So, dry racing. Well, drivers, but who knows, might turn into it, I don't know. I wish the game had a weather system for commentators, but we will never find out. If anything, that leaves it less predictable, so yeah, so it's entertaining to see. But for engineers, that's surely bug 'em. As we wait for the drivers to pick their tyre compounds and things like that. I'm hoping we don't have to restart again. Like we have the last two races, because yeah, Linux says he can't make it. So all these guys are picking their tyres or whatever they're doing. I'm not sure about Juice, I'm assuming he's just gone for a wheel or something. Right, so here we go for the formation lap. If Aero's internet is good enough, yes, we can go, as my internet is playing up. Right, so Juiced leads everyone away then, from Bethesda, from Bryn, from Devon, from Tony, from Aero, from Bruno, from Marcel, from Reflection, from Dark Shadow. So Hamrick is sitting on the grid like he always does. Alpha, just Chris, Aqua, and Delta finishes off the grid. Right, let's see what tyres everyone is on. The front three obviously have to start on their worn softs. Devon and Tony start on their mediums. Aero start on his hards. Bruno, Marcel, and Reflection start on their mediums. Dark Shadow starts on softs. So Hamrick has started on hards. Alpha and I don't know who that is. Alpha and just Chris starting on softs. Aqua starting on mediums, and Delta is on hards. Is it Dark Shadow who had a collision? No, it's Reflection who had the collision with someone. They all want to catch up, because these front three guys are going to have it really bad, because their tyres are going to be freezing cold. Well, these guys are the other part of the blimmin' circuit, so yeah, they're going to have to really want to catch up. What is going on? Why is just Chris overtaking? I'm not too sure what's going on. Okay, these guys have caught what? I'm so confused what's going on. Is Reflection disconnected? I cannot tell you for certain. It's lagging. Anyway, Reflection is all the way behind there. Well, it's Juiced lines himself on the grid. It's not going to be as bad of a loss as I thought it would. So yeah. Here's a split strategy for the front three, softs to hards or softs to mediums. For the medium guys, medium to hard, I think that was an interesting strategy. There, as we wait for these guys to just line themselves up, with Reflection being the last one going onto the grid. Well, stopping on the grid anyway. There he is, rolling his car and stopping it. Here we go. Oh, that's very quick. Here we go. 3, 4, 5. Red lights for the Netherlands Grand Prix, or the Dutch Grand Prix. Lights out, and away we don't go, because Alpha has somehow pulled this masterclass away. These guys are gonna get go racing, being 50 seconds behind. That's how, and away we go. Juiced leading the pack away, with Bethesda sending it up the inside of Bryn. Bryn's made the move past though. I can't really commentate on this. Uh, Dark Shadow already gone round. Vex Marcel dropping places, going side by side with Just Chris. Who's gonna get the better traction? Just Chris on the softs now. Don't remember saying that. Oh, Just Chris hits Flex Marcel and he nearly loses the rear end. Just Chris right on the back of. Oh, what on earth is going on there? Okay, Just Chris is now in the gravel. Was he trying to take him out? I couldn't really tell. Oh, he's lost it. He's lost a lot of time. He's not in last, but these guys should catch up to Alpha. He's an AI, so yeah, that's the AI is deciding to break the game as usual. Second time's all you've been collecting with some problem with AIs. Remember, Juice leads technically the Netherlands Grand Prix from Alpha, who's that's the fastest lap, but we all know that's not right. Look at that, Vesta getting right behind. So Hamrick and Aqua side by side. Who's gonna get the better exit? It looks like Aqua will. Aqua is up into P10 after his awful qualifying. He will be pushing him way, hopefully, through the field. Just Chris Pitts for probably a new front wing. Yep, he does. Vesta is around the back of Bryn, who's not had the best start. Devin and Tony are probably just going to sit back on their mediums. You can see they've caught up to the AI, so the AI ain't getting no benefits because we will just not classify his race result. As you can see there, Juice then takes the lead of the race from the glitched AI. Really annoys me though, the bloody AI in this game. And the glitches as well. Bugmasters at its finest. Meanwhile, the Vesta still on the back of LR Bryn. Let's see if Bavesta can. I know it's Bavesi. I'm just going to Bavesta because why not? Overtake. Did that DRS as well? No, he doesn't. He nearly hits the back of Bryn there. As Juice sets the fastest lap again. As far as an overtake, that is Marcel and Aero going side by side. Marcel has got past Shazoo, Aero, and into P7 he goes. You can see Bavesta right, well, was on the back of Bryn. Now look at this, Devon's right on the back of him. There's Dark Shadows into the pits. Yeah, look at this. This turned into a little scrap for P2. This Juice is pulling more and more of a gap. Let's see who the biggest gainers are. No penalties so far. At the moment, Aqua is the biggest gainer with 5 places already on the first 3 laps. Mr. Fernando Alonso or Giovinazzi. We will be able to see Bavesta pull on a move on LR Bryn. He's very low on ERS, but he's got the move. But look at this, Devon's getting involved. Bavesta goes up the inside. Bryn will get the switch back. Will Devon be able to get the move back on him as well? No, he won't. So it stays the same there. There's a sector 2 flag. I think that's Dark Shadow who's gone off the track. Yeah, those tyres are full of gravel. Yeah, it's getting very close here. We've got Tony and Bruno who's starting to get involved. Oh, and oh my god, it's like a top 8, top 9, top 10, top 9, all in the fight for P2. Obviously, they're not going to be chasing for P2 if they want to get P2, but it doesn't mean they are going to get it. Look at this, though. These medium guys are so much quicker than Bruno on the softs. Once Bavesta gets past Bryn, I'm sure they will be catching up to Bryn with ease. Ooh. Devon surprisingly not getting a penalty from that. That's quite a naughty corner cut. As Reflection gets past Hamrick, Delta and Aqua was having a little squabble there. Oh, look at this. Devon right on the back of Bavesta, and this should be a pretty simple move from Devon. His teammate is fighting back though. Looks like Bavesta is no, Devon is into P3, so he will go and catch Bryn as soon as possible as Hamrick and Reflection going side by side. So hammering on the hard tyres. So he's trying to play the long game here. I mean, I can see how it works. As Delta gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. How he's done it there is amazing. Doc Shadow is really struggling there. Devon already right on the back of Bryn. He has so much more pace than everyone by the looks of it. He might be the fastest man on track at the moment. Then that Juice is still going quite fast. He's really ahead. Look at this. He's so much. Bryn is sort of panicking. I think he's gonna. Let's look at his braking. Yeah, he's really kind of. I don't get most out of the car, but his softs just don't have enough grip. Look at this. I mean, he's used to his ERS up. So there's Devon, but we might have a move here from Tony as well as Bryn and Devon go side by side. It looks like Devon has got himself P2. Bryn's going to try and fight back. Meanwhile, Bavesta and Tony are going side by side. These two are going, oh no, and that is Bavesta round into the wall. Ah, that might be Tony's fault. They didn't give him enough room. And that is him. Front wing damage down into P9. That might be Tony's fault. Meanwhile, we've got a fight going on for P6 here, as Marcel, I think, made a mistake, and Aero making a beautiful move to make himself into P7. Has Marcel got problems? He hasn't got any front wing problems. Meanwhile, we've got something that's happened over here. What's happened in Sector 2? We have a Ferrari. That is Dark Shadow. I thought one of the front runners went off then. It isn't, it's just Dark Shadow, who has caused a virtual safety car. And that's Marcel out. What's happened to Marcel? He has put it there. That's a very, very odd place to put a car. I'm not 100% what's happened there. I would have said that would have been traction, but I think there's been some contact, maybe. Not too sure. That's a very odd place to go into the wall. That all might be investigated. Sadly, I can't show replays or anything, so yeah, I don't have the equipment for that. Just Chris gets a free drive-through penalty for speeding on the VSC. It's not been a good race for him. The Vesta pits. Yeah, that battle's kind of died off now. Because what happened with Vesta, there's been a bit of a gap formed. Yeah, I'm sure he isn't going to be too happy about that. That's another yellow flag. That is Aqua into the wall. I believe him and Shazoo Aero might have had a collision. He's going to come back on track for a reflection, and he's lost it again. Thank God their ghosting system is still in this game, because it wouldn't be this race without it. Dark Shadow will you won't pass him. He's gone into the gravel again. I'm not too convinced on what Dark Shadow is doing in this race. He is already a lap down to everyone, I think. Yeah, near enough. That's a slow. Oh, it's just Chris also a lap down. I think he is. No, he isn't. I thought he was, but I don't think he is. Hang on, let me check. We need to put this in the leader. No, he isn't. Okay. I'm gonna say, just Chris is a very good driver, as Aqua's gone into the wall. It has not been a good race from him. He looks like he had the pace, but in all seriousness, he's just struggled to keep it on track, and he's been collected in incidences which aren't really his fault. Just Chris comes in for his drive-through penalty, and that is Aqua, who has caused a safety car. He has missed the pit lane and put it into the wall. Just Chris has got a 5-second time penalty for speeding into the pit lane, and we have a safety car then in this race. I thought it would come out. Just Chris will overtake the safety car, or only just. And now strategy minds come into play. Who will pit and who will not? I think the top, well, Juiced and Bryn will. Let's see what Devon does, because that'll be interesting. So Juice does, in fact, come into the pit lane. Surprisingly. What Devon? Will he stay out or will he pit? He will come into the pit lane. Cool. Into the pit lane. Bryn comes in. Tony stays out though. Will he be able to take the lead from Juice? It will be a pretty easy take of the lead. Bruno also stays out. Aero also stays out. Reflection will come in. Dark Shadow's got a 5-second time penalty. Reflection getting very close to the wall there. So Hamrick comes out. Well, doesn't come out like that. He stays out. But Vesta would probably be best to probably be on hards. I don't know. You could do that. He's got the gap. He stays out. Dark Shadow dummies Alpha's AI into the hits. Just Chris comes in to serve his 5-second time penalty. Will he speed into the pit lane this time? No, he won't. He'll be smart about that, as Tony has caught up to the safety car. Oh, we can take a breath. It's been a pretty entertaining 10 laps. Bit of an odd one as well. And yeah, everyone's caught up. Really, lap cars can't unlap themselves, so just Chris does want to get out of there and catch up to the queue. He'll be stuck behind Alpha's AI. I wish there was a way I could kick him, unless I can. Let me see. Alpha. I'm gonna take control and then just retire him, but I cannot do that, sadly. At the moment, biggest gain is Delta, but has he pitted yet? Has he pitted? Yes, he has, and that's a brilliant comeback so far. He hasn't pitted. Thought not. As that is a little bit of a collision there, maybe, or something. I'm not too sure. So Hammer comes into pits, and so does Delta, so them two decide to come into the pits for new tyres, probably onto mediums for Delta, and so Hamrick probably mediums or something. Yeah. Okay, I think they're both going on mediums. I think they might be able to go mediums on the end, I'm not too sure. And you can see there Tony getting right against the safety guys, you know, Lewis Hamilton there. And yeah. Just wait for these guys to catch up. Just Chris as he caught up. Yeah, he hasn't. He will though. Dark Shadow has caught up while running the grass. He's behind his teammate a lap down though, and will get blue flagged. Why is he still in overtake? I'm confused on why he's done that. He's gone into the gravel now. I'm really confused on what Dark Shadow is doing and what his plan is. Because at the moment, sticking in overtake. I wonder if he's got the overtake glitch. Because I don't see why he's still sticking it in overtake mode. Because no need. Safety car is into the pits in this lap. So, let's see how this restart goes. Ooh. These guys take the longer route round to get some warmth into their tyres. Aero, I think, as Dark Shadow's got another 5 seconds for ignoring yellow flags. How's he got that? What's he done to do that? I don't even know. Right, he's behind everyone. I don't know. He's gonna get disqualified, that's right. Let's see how this goes. Tony goes and leaves the track, pack-away track. Look at this. We've got some overtaken Juice already. Side by side, two Shazoo drivers go. And I think Juice has to sit behind Aero. They go side by side. Oh, Aero nearly locked up into... Oh, it's getting very twitchy for the both of them there. They're still going side by side. The two Mercedes drivers are also going side by side ahead. As yeah, flag for, I think just Chris has gone round again. This really is not his race. He just DNS. He's given up. I don't blame him. And whew, okay, top 4 going side by side. That was interesting. Yeah, they weren't going side by side with each other, but you get what I mean. Look at this, top 7 all fighting as Vesta's going to try and get past Bryn as Juice is struggling out on the hards. He's getting overtaken by Devon here. Devon has really got the pace today. As we've got more yellow flags going on, I'm not too sure what's going on there. I'm not even going to check because I think it's Dark Shadow. We hasn't even caught up to just Chris's AI of death. So yeah, let's see what is going to happen on the next straight. Looks like Tony will keep his lead. He's got mental slipstream. Jesus. This side's not going to be any over. Oh, Vista on Bryn. Side by side they go into the first corner. Reflection's making a move on Delta. No, Delta's made a move on Reflection. They're still going side by side. Let's see what's going on with these two. And it looks like that's finished. These guys are still fighting it out for P1. Huge little train going on for... It's like huge train going on for P6. P1 from P7 onwards, so that makes this a little more interesting. Then we've got Sir Hamrick trying to keep up with the train. He might be able to. Reflection might be able to as well. Yeah. Yeah, quite a big train though from these guys. Obviously, 2 Mercedes on the mediums, but they've been on them the whole race. The rest of these guys are on hards, with Bethesda on the mediums, which is why he's probably got so much more pace compared to Brun. Meanwhile, we've got Aero. Oh, look at this. Bruno making a move on Tony. They go side by side. Looks like it might be a little bit of team orders going on there between the 2 Mercedes. And Bruno takes the lead of the race. Oh, look at that Aero right on the back of Tony. He's lost his front wing because of it. I hazard to guess Tony might have broke a little earlier than Aero expected, and that's, well, his Aero gone, I guess, as he lets his Juiced and Devon through, but holds up his teammate, I'd thought, a little there. Will let his teammate through. He does indeed, so he's been nice enough to not hold up the whole pack, and he lets everyone else have a go. Admittedly, probably just because he doesn't want to annoy anyone and just let them all through. He's keeping up with Brent a little there. But yeah, look at this. Tony is going quite slow. Jiminy's ran out of grip quite quickly. Oh, I'm feeling quite ill today. Yeah. Look at this, Devon. The best is oh, Juice going for the move on Tony. He's lost his rear end. So Hamrick goes a 3-second time penalty. You don't really care about that. So Hamrick's also pitted. Where's he pitted? I don't know where he's pitted. Right. Alpha's AI is somehow in 9th. Yeah, it had like a head start, but it shouldn't be in 9th. Meanwhile, look at this. Juiced right on the back of Tony. This is a huge train Tony's created here. While Bruno, his teammate, just pulls away more and more. We'll just be able to get past the Mercedes on the straight. Tell you what, he's going to go for it up the inside. There's no room given. That just surely has to give the place back to Tony there. There should have been more room given. There isn't, and Tony loses out. From that angle, should have been more room given. That was very naughty, as the Ferrari's going to slowly again. Tony going to try and send it back up the inside of Juiced. Looks like Juiced has it though. Juiced is so much more quicker than the Mercedes in with the hard tyres. Or not just oh, Tony's lost the rear end. He lost the place to Devon, and now Bryn. He's lost 2 positions. Oh, he's nearly took him out. Oh no! And that is Bryn round and Tony round. They were title contending last season, and now they've had a collision, the both of them. Tony shouldn't be squeezing up the inside, but at the same time, oh, Reflection nearly runs into the back of Bryn. Bryn needs to let him through. Yeah. And I think that might be Britain's race probably over, I would reckon, and probably Tony's as well. And Tony, did Tony not get a single bit of front wing damage? He's just got away scot-free. Oh dear God. I think he will need a pit anyway. He's horribly shot. Meanwhile, Devon still trying to keep up a fight with Juiced. Who sets the fastest lap on the hards. That is impressive. Um, Devon's getting told to pit this lap. Is Devon pitted? Yes, why is it saying that? Oh, it might be for Bruno, I'm not too sure. As Tony and Bryn both pit on to probably new hards. I wouldn't give up, boys, if you're listening. There's been so many virtual safety cars and safety cars that you probably will get a safety car again. And there's still points on the line, so yeah. Meanwhile, this top 3 fight is getting pretty tasty. I will be having some of the cake, which is making it so tasty. Yeah, it's quite a good fight here, as long as there's no more incidences. In my opinion, on the incident between Bryn and Tony, honestly, if I'm thinking about it now, I will rewatch it. Actually, I'll do that now because I want to see. Might be a racing incident actually, because let me watch it back. So it was the way it happened that it suggests to me that maybe Bryn didn't leave enough room. Let's watch. So he goes past. Bryn didn't really give much room. At the same time, Tony shouldn't really have gone for the move. In my opinion, that's a racing incident, plain and simple. But I'm not too sure. We'll have to see what the stewards say about it. And yeah, Bryn gets a 3-second time penalty. He's probably pushing to get fastest lap, and it might just retire. Who knows? He's in P10 though, so yeah. What's he got to lose? 1 point from an AI or someone a lap down. Yeah, Bryn, if he carries on to the end of the race and doesn't overtake anyone, he's got P10 either way because Alpha's an AI and Dark Shadow's a lap down, so yeah. These top 3 still very close to each other. What time is it? 9 o'clock. Ferrari is going slow ahead of these guys. Don't think it will interfere unless he gets DRS, which what is the Ferrari's lines there? He just came from absolute Narnia. Right, he lets him through. That's good to see. I don't know why he stops. What's he doing now? Wait, is he been disqualified? I don't know. He's now 2 laps down. Why is he stopping to let people through? Why does he not just let them through? He's stopping again. Just not stop on the track and just let him through normally. Like, I don't think you see blooming George Russell stopping when they're trying to let everyone through. That'd be quite funny actually, to be fair. Lose 10-100%. He's stopping again, is he? He just goes wide into the gravel. Do they know ghosting's on? Like they can just go through him. Meanwhile, let's not worry about him. If another virtual safety car, that's when we do need to worry about him. Yeah. As he now DNS from the race, so we now only have 11 drivers in the race. Juice is right behind Bruno. And yeah, this is getting very tasty. This is back on to P4. I'm gonna give him credit. Look at this. Juice right on the back of Bruno. Oh, he's lost it. He's hit the wall. Has he got front wing damage? He does. He's gone into the pit lane. Ah. Oh. There's a snap of oversteer, and that is hidden out contention for this win probably. And yeah, he's gonna have to get a nose change. Where is he gonna come out? Probably around P7. Yeah, I'd say so. I don't think Tony's getting ahead. Oh, what is going on with these front guys, man? Bruno now leads from Devon, who I believe is in the lead quite provisionally. He's in the net lead. Bruno, at this rate, will probably come out around 5th, as Bryn gets past Sir Hamrick. See if Devon can get past Bruno. Or is there going to be another huge incident which causes Delta to be in P2 from last place? By the way, I've got to give credit to Delta. He's gained 11 places. And he hasn't really overtaken anyone. He's just had all these incidents as he stayed out of it. And at the moment, he might be able to get a podium if one of these guys hit or something, which Bruno needs to do. At this rate, Delta's going to be on the podium. And he will be my driver of the day by far. And yeah. Look at this. Devon right on the back of Bruno. Both have quite low ERS. Yeah. The biggest loss at the moment is probably Juice and Bryn and Tony. All three of them. Biggest losses. Juice gets past Reflection. Pretty simple move for him. Let's see if Devon can get past Bruno. Here he goes. Will he send up the inside? No, he won't. Oh. New York. Right, I'm saying he'll probably get past him on the straight, but we'll see. He takes that as surely a warning for track extension. He'll have overtake and DRS. Will he be able to get past Bruno? He might not. He just doesn't have enough ERS. He needs to save his ERS so he can get the better straight on speed than him. Because Bruno, he doesn't have ERS either. But I don't know, it just doesn't give him enough energy to get past him. And yeah, the Aero's catching up to Delta quite quickly. Look at this. These two might be fighting this whole race. Bruno is still in the fight for the championship, so I'm sure he wouldn't mind this win. I'm sure Devon wouldn't either. I can smell smoke. There's no clouds going off there, so I'm just going to pretend that the smoke doesn't exist. Unless it's coming out of my PlayStation, in that case, then I'm screwed. Either way, let's ignore the fact I can smell smoke. Aero's made a move on Delta. Who's going to slow? Bruno's into the pits. Right, let's see where he comes out. Oh my god, those Mercedes guys came out quick. Wow, that was superb how quickly they came out. Right, I'll say probably going to come out in P5? P6 maybe. Because between him and Juice, I reckon. Close between him and Delta, and he has got in P5 where I expected him to be. So Devon takes the lead of the race with 13 laps to go. It's in McLaren of Aero Alpha, but we don't really care about him. At the moment, again, still a very good drive from Delta. Even if he gets P6, I'd rather the day so far. I still can have trouble out of all of these guys. Or maybe Devon. He's done quite well at the moment, isn't he? In the AlphaTauri. AlphaTauri 1-2 at the moment. Even without Linux racing, still AlphaTauri dominating. It's like Mercedes if they had reserves in their car. Look at this train Delta has caused of these three cars. Looks like it might be a move on Bruno's going to make on Delta on the straight. Oh, that's a Bruno. He's on softs. Lord, no. Oh, he's managed to save that. Wow, it's beautiful how he saved that. It wasn't beautiful, but it was pretty clean. He sends it up the inside, and I think that should be a move Bruno has made. Is Delta's gonna fight back here. They go side by side. Will Delta be able to keep the place? It looks like Bruno might have this. They're still going side by side. And Delta finally concedes, or will he? He's still behind him. Oh my god. Great action here between the two of them. Let's not crash each other out. Okay. And Delta finally concedes, and now he's got Juice right up his inside. Will he send it up the inside? He will try. That was very dodgy there from Juice. He should have been more patient. Delta's still going to try and hang it around, and he can't, and he drops down to P6. Brilliant though from Delta, trying to fight his place. He gave Bruno a run for his money, didn't he? Alright. Any more battles going on? Not really. Here's where it gets boring. But going on to our 11th lap. It's been a pretty action-packed race again. We also have Tony, who's caught up to Reflection as Delta pits. So he's going to go on the softs. I didn't think those mediums would last, but obviously the thank you NHS sign on there. He'll go into the soft tyres to the end. He'll probably get jumped by... Oh, he won't get jumped by Bryn. Will stay in 9th. Delta will be on the softs anyway, so it wouldn't really matter. But Delta probably go for the fastest lap. Still a very good race from Delta there, as you can see. Tony makes the move on Reflection. Pretty sweet move from him, which he puts himself into P6. And yeah, we also have Juice, who's on the back of Bruno, so there's still a fight going on for P4. Or maybe even P3, because Aero is on much worn tyres than Bruno, so yeah, that's something to keep an eye on. And yeah. Juice sets the fastest lap. Bruno did set the fastest lap though. So Juice, despite being on more worn tyres, still somehow beats Bruno's fastest lap, which is incredible. But will Bruno be able to keep the Williams behind? We will see. He's got this still fight. I just realised this just got a... What? How many penalties is that? He's got a 3-second. So... Sorry there. Aero comes into the pits for South Soft, so he drops down to P5. I don't know why he's pitting. I'm assuming his tyres are dying. Tony might be able to get him. He won't. That's right. Bruno will get P2 because of Bavesta's 3-second time penalty. So yeah. So far, the closest battle is Juiced and Bruno still. There will be a little fight going between Tony and Aero, maybe. But that wouldn't really mean for position. Bruno might be able to catch Bavesta, maybe even Devon by the end of this. I'm not too sure. We'll see. I think he'll catch Bavesta, that's for sure. Because he is catching mentally quick. Bavesta's just having a little Sunday drive. He has nothing really to worry about until he looks behind and he sees a car. Yeah, so that could be a three-way fight for P2. Even though Bavesta's probably going to get P4 out of all that, unless there's a massive collision again. In that case, then God knows. Sector 1, someone's gone off. That is Delta. And he loses the place to Bryn. Shame for Delta. He's had a brilliant race. But yeah. Look at Bavesta is now worrying because he can see that those two are behind him. So you will want to push and try and defend them off. As Devon starts the 29th out of 36 laps in this race. As Bavesta comes into the pits then. So those mediums, they make it to the end. Well, Devon's tyres make it to the end either then. Bruno might have done a masterclass. Aero sets the fastest lap. Will Bavesta come out ahead or behind of Tony? Tony's on the outside, and it looks like Tony has to sit behind Bavesta. On the hard tyres Tony's on, so he will not be able to keep with him, I doubt. Question though, will Devon's tyres make it? How many laps these are? 19 laps. Reflection's also done 19. If these guys are pitting on 14 lap old tyres, it will be tough. I wonder if he will pit. I wonder if he'll pit or will he? To be fair, I think he's got a pit stop ahead anyway. But yeah, what 6 laps to go. There's the sector 1 incident. That's Delta gone off again. Please don't retire, mate. I really want to give you driver of the day. I don't know why it's spinning, but I don't know what you call it. I can't. Yeah, these two are still going at it, and Aero might be able to catch up to them. So, we'll see. I don't know if Devon's tyres will be able to make it, because that would be such a stretch. I mean, how much time does Bruno gain on him in a lap? If he gains on him at all. It's not just that, it's the fact that the punches can always happen. As the sector 3 incident, that is Delta, and he has retired. Despite the fact that I asked him not to. Going against Admins. What's happened to him? He's just understood into the wall yet. And that is him out of the race. And yeah, it's a shame. But yeah, meanwhile, Juiced and Bruno still going at it for P2 or P1. Nothing this lap. This is the only fight we have on track at the moment, so yeah. He didn't gain that much time to Bruno on. I mean, gain like a second if that. Those tyres, I can't lie, it's still in mess shape. Probably around 50-60% by now. Yeah, waiting for these two to start going side by side, because I'd like to see it. Also, we have Bryn and Reflection having a fight. Let's watch these two. I will keep an eye on the gaps between Bruno and Juice, so just in case. For the moment, these two are the closest on track, so let's see. So we have a pretty simple move from Bryn, and Jarrett is into P7 on his recovery of trying to get points on the medium tyres, reflections on old tyres. So yeah. Meanwhile, these two still going at it. So Hamrick's got another 3-second time penalty, and yeah, we started off with 15 in this race. We now only have 10. We have +5. That is Delta, Dark Shadow, Just Chris, Aqua, and Marcel. As Tony gets a 3-second time penalty, that could possibly affect his place with Bryn. However, they're both on the same amount of laps on one tyre, so we will see. These two still going at it for potentially the win of the race. Devon still holding these tyres in life somehow. These two still going at it for P2. Very entertaining so far. And yeah. Bryn comes into the pits, so he's going to go for the fastest lap, I'm assuming. He has nothing to lose, so Hamrick's at 30 seconds behind him. So, yeah, he might have... No, I wouldn't have done that. Because now he's lost the place to reflection, and he's going to lose more. Oh, yeah, penalties in it. Okay, don't worry. Meanwhile, these guys still going at it. It's incredible. Tony might be able to catch Bavesta. No, he won't. No, I'm going mad. I saw 2 seconds and thought, oh yeah. Meanwhile, these two are still going out. Will there be a move from Juice to the closest he's been for a while? He goes up the inside. Will he better make the move on the Bruno? Bruno's got the bad traction and he sits behind for now. Okay, we're getting somewhere with this action here. We might finally see an overtake. Oh, look at this. So much. He's so eager to get past the Mercedes. And it's amusing because the Mercedes is on softs. But I'm assuming their softs are starting to die. Look, he's nearly pushing him on the straight. He's got so much more ERS than the Mercedes that it's just easy for him. Bruno's on 8%, Juice is on 30, he's nearly 40% ERS, so yeah. My throat is starting to go, so yeah. Jesus Christ. COVID symptoms, right? Bruno right on the back. Oh, no, Bruno is getting really... What am I trying to say here? Juice is right on the back of Bruno. There we go. That is gravel, which has been touched by an AI. Oh no, it's still Hamrick who's gone into the gravel. And look at this Juice on Bruno. Will he be able to make the move? Bruno will try and fight it back. No, he won't. And Juice is into P2 in this race after a while. And that is probably all the fighting for this race, unless someone decides to spin. Let's watch on more with Sir Hamrick and Juice. Let's see what happens between these two. They go inside each other, and that is Juice understeering nearly into the gravel as he's trying to get past Sir Hamrick. Hamrick's defending well, actually, to be fair to him. Yeah, he's... Oh, there we go. Juice makes it past Sir Hamrick for track position. We've got 2 laps to go. That AI is struggling to drive. Devon still keeping it out on track. This is incredible. 5 laps he's done at those tyres. I'm really surprised they're not dead. That's right. And yeah, looks like Bruno isn't going to be able to keep up. However, Aero might be able to catch up here. I don't think it will, but you never know the chances. And yeah, I think this probably is going to be the race for now. And yeah. I mean, watch Aero get past Alpha, why not? But Vesta's got a 3-second time penalty again. How many penalties he's got? He's got 6 seconds, same as Tony. Okay. It probably won't affect anything then. Ooh, Aero going into the grass a bit there. He tries to catch up to Bruno. As Devon starts his last lap of the race. Yeah, it's been a pretty controllable race from Devon from when everyone started to pit. He's just maintained the gap and just been consistent. He hasn't got any penalties, he hasn't blown his tyres up as of yet, but if he could do a Lewis Hamilton, that would be very incredibly nice to commentate on. Juice is catching him up quite quickly, but I don't think it's going to matter because yeah, Devon's got this in the bag, I think. Yeah. We keep an eye on him though. You never know. Maybe a punch could happen. But he's got his all in control. He's just enjoying the track for the final lap. And yeah, pretty easy win for Devon. Wasn't easy at the start, can't lie, but it has been very easy for him ever since about lap 20. And yeah, here he is coming through the final corner. Well, no, he's not. Now he's going through the final. Well, now he's going through the final corner. He's had a phenomenal drive. I can't talk. Devon is your Netherlands winner for today. Juice will come back from what's been a dramatic race to take P2. Is that front wing damage I might have saw on his car? That might have been. Bruno will take P3. Juice will take P4. So Hamrick will take P9 as his AI loses it and puts it in the wall. But Vesta will get P5 after a very dramatic race from him. Tony will get P6, and Reflection will get P7, or will he? Because we have Brun over here corner cutting to try and catch up to Reflection, though I don't think it's gonna matter because he's got penalties anyway. Reflection will get a P7, very quiet race from him, and Brun will get P8. Okay, that was a pretty good race, I can't lie. It was quite entertaining to commentate over. And yeah, Bruno takes round of the day. I can see why. He got his strategy spot on. Well, not spot on as Devon, but he got it pretty spot on with when he did it. Yeah, he got overtaken by Juice at the end, but overall, by the fact that the safety car and everything, that totally changed everything. So, yeah, as you can see, Devon on the podium with Juiced and Bruno with him. I'm sure they'll be very happy with that result. All three of them will be able to fall. As you can see, Devon and Juiced spraying each other with champagne. And yeah. So there's your race classification. Devon wins from 8 seconds from Juiced, from Bruno, from Aero, from Vesta, from Tony, from Reflection, from Brun, from Hamrick, and Alpha, but we don't count him. The did not finishers of the race is Alpha, Delta, Dark Shadow, Just Chris, VER, Aqua, and Flex Marcel. My driver of the day, in my opinion, probably Devon or Bruno. They drove amazing today, and yeah, so they're my driver of the day. But that'll be it for today, guys, because I would do interviews, but my throat is dying. I should have done the comms today. My throat's been hurting all day. And yeah, so I will see you all for next week in, I want to say Montreal, but I'm not sure. Let me check. For Austria. So yeah, we'll see you in Austria for round 4 of the championship. Good night.